Hey, folks. No, it's not a speaking tip today, but it is kind of a speaking tip today. It's also kind of a life tip, which is why I've got my logo up there. Rich Hopkins, win anyway. Who's about to cough anyway? You have a platform. Question is, how are you using that platform? So right now, I have a platform, and somebody's watching it. You are watching it, although nobody's watching it at this very moment. That's okay. I have a platform. It's called Facebook Live, which then I put on YouTube, I put on Twitter, I put on LinkedIn, I put on my blog, and I get a fair amount of views when you add it all up. It's still a small platform. It's kind of a focused platform among my friends, among Toastmasters, but I do have people that are willing to listen to me, that are willing to click on my videos, on my podcast, which by the way is back. I did two of them last week, and I'm going to keep on doing more. Uh, I know that people go to my blog sometimes just in general for speaking advice. People buy my books. People look up my speeches, my TEDx. See, I've got a platform. You've got a platform. It may be bigger than mine. It probably is for a lot of my friends. You got books out there. You're out there doing professional speaking. You're working with clients. Your job, maybe you own a big company. Maybe you just work for a big company and you manage a lot of people or you have a ton of clients. We all have circles of influence, friends that we are around who listen to us, who count on us for our perspective. So we have a platform. The question is how do we use it? There's been a lot of talk on social media platforms and how we use that. We tend to be keyboard warriors, those people that say something and just attack. And you wonder, this person seemed like a normal person, a normal professional, and then they come out and they attack you on Facebook or on Twitter. What happens if you're a bigwig? What happens if you have a huge platform? Well, your responsibility increases, I would think, with the size of your platform, right? That sometimes people are just people, and you end up on their platform and you catch something that betrays them for who they really are, what they're really about. Sometimes it's somebody you admire or somebody you at least respect for what they've achieved. And we saw a lot of that over the last few years. We saw a lot of that during COVID. But yesterday, something pretty major came out that I noticed on Twitter that you probably, well, I don't know, probably did or not. Depends on what you find important. Dr. Jordan B. Peterson, who is a doctor up in Canada, he's a TEDx speaker, has 1.5 million views. He's written the book 12 Rules of Life. He's fairly popular. Now, he has a bit of a conservative voice, but he's also a motivational speaker, and you hear his voice on a lot of the motivational compilation videos that are out there. Overall, when I've listened to him in the past, I haven't really had a problem with what he's had to say. I agree with a lot of it because, well, I'm a motivational guy. Now, he's also got some old fashioned ideas on women and marriage that I can pretty much just filter out. But this guy's got a huge platform. He's famous. He's respected. Well, he came out yesterday on Twitter of his own volition to repost the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue, specifically the cover with Yumi Nu, who is a plus size model. Sports Illustrated chose her to represent a different portion of women than they are usually portraying on their covers. And she's on the cover in a revealing swimsuit, and she's not typical, again, of the people that are put in the swimsuit issue. Well, here's what Jordan B. Peterson said. Sorry, not beautiful And no amount of authoritarian tolerance is going to change that. Why? Why would you say that? Why would you put that out on Twitter? You look like a buffoon. You look like someone who doesn't respect people. You're in this position of high respect, and then you go out and you show no respect simply to share an opinion that you don't need to share. Okay, do you have a right to that opinion, Dr. Peterson? Sure, you have a right to it. Do you have a right to post it? Yes, you have a right to post it. Was it smart? Was it responsible? Is it going to help you? See, so then I get the question, okay, well, maybe he's just not very self-aware. And so he posted that. That's no excuse. It's still horrible. Maybe, though, maybe he was intentional. Maybe he is trying to galvanize his conservative base by talking about that authoritarian tolerance that is a big issue with him. So maybe he's being intentionally obtuse in his tweet to get more people to follow him, more people to go on his side. And he knows and doesn't care that he's going to lose a whole bunch of people like me who pretty much just saw him as somebody who said a lot of good things, but not everything was great and he was imperfect. This is not a matter of being imperfect. This is a matter of being either unintentionally or intentionally offensive. And the way he responded to it by deleting the tweet and then saying, hey, I'm getting off Twitter, but then not really apologizing for it, tells me it was more intentional than unintentional. Now, Yumi Nu, to her credit, responded fairly positively and just said, hey, too bad, look who's winning. Well, yeah, she's winning. She's winning because she's getting both bad publicity and good publicity, and any publicity is good publicity. So more people now know Yumi Nu than knew her before, and even would have known her if she had just been on the cover of Sports Illustrated. So she comes out ahead. But I'm willing to bet Dr. Peterson did not have Yumi Nu coming out ahead in all of this as one of his goals. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's some deep marketing theory that he's trying to test. I don't know. Okay, so that's that situation that prompts this video. And what I want to get across to you is that you have a responsibility with your platform. You can be intentional. You can say anything you want. It's yours. But then you're going to have to own it. You're going to have to suffer the consequences of it. And if you have a bunch of people that like you, that respect you, that value you, but you have opinions that maybe don't help push your core message across, that brand that you have, maybe you should keep those to yourself. Maybe you shouldn't share them. And if they're bad opinions, well, I can't judge that. But maybe you should look for some new opinions. I don't know. And not my job to police opinions, right? It's not even my job to police Dr. Peterson. I'm just saying, be careful. You're out there, and what you say is going to be out there forever. Yeah, he deleted that tweet, but it's all over the place. And now, somebody whose book I just read a couple months ago, I pretty much will just discount him and his thoughts and ideas, be they good or bad, because there are plenty of other people with great ideas too, who aren't out there trying to minimize somebody else for their accomplishment or disrespect them because they don't fit his definition of attractiveness and beauty. Just don't be a jerk. Don't be a bully. Use your platform responsibly. If you don't, well, you'll suffer the consequences. And yeah, so will I. Who knows? Who knows how many people will hate me now that I've said my piece? I'm going to win anyway. Hopefully, you will too. We'll see you next time on whatever video, whatever platform I choose to use. Thanks.